Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so it has been officially announced. Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker. Now, no date, no venue. No surprise, this isn't the first time Frank Warren has announced fights where things ain't quite done yet. Joseph Parker did say that there's a couple more things just to iron out, small things in the contract, then they get that signed and everything will be dusted. So I imagine that won't be too much. And it's a fight that Joe Joyce will be very confident he can win. Joseph Parker will be very confident he can win it. Some people may say that it'll be a boring fight. I disagree with you, to be honest. I think that Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce could be a very good fight. It could be a very good fight. And especially if Joseph Parker turns up who fought Derek Chisora in the rematch, and if Joe Joyce turns up who fought, say, Daniel Dubois, that would be a very interesting fight. But if a Joe Joyce who turned up who fought Carlos Takam, that would make it a lot more interesting, wouldn't it? But again, how's Joe Joyce after that injury? He's been out of the ring for quite some time. He had damaged his wrist or broke his wrist or something. So that would be interesting to see how that holds up. Joseph Parker, of course, is very, very fast on his feet, good counter puncher, good hand speed. Joe Joyce, I know people call him robotic, but listen, that's just his style, and that style is effective. He's a brute. He doesn't seem to tire. He keeps on coming forward. He's got a ramrod jab, very heavy-handed with a right. Listen, it could be a stinker. I'm not going to say that it's not. I know some people, when I posted it up earlier, that this fight's on, people are saying, well, will it be pay-per-view? Now, I don't know. I really don't know if it'll be pay-per-view. I do think that it's probably going to be dependent on how the Fury White pay-per-view done. So if Frank Warren has made money and done quite well, yes, he'd probably risk it on pay-per-view. If, for example, he didn't break even and he owes a lot of money, could he put it on pay-per-view? I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe potentially. Because, again, at least with pay-per-view, as long as both Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker don't have a huge guaranteed purse where they can earn, like, the more pay-per-views that they do means the more money that they make, then it's a risk-reward kind of situation, if that makes sense. So the more pay-per-views it does, the more money Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce will make. If it flops, well, Frank Warren hasn't got to pay out too much money to them. That's why a lot of pay-per-views happen, okay? So I don't know if it's going to be pay-per-view, no idea whatsoever. But at the same time, you know, let's not forget Joe Joyce down Dubois wasn't on pay-per-view, was it? It wasn't. But again, there was no crowd there, so it'd be a bit risky, wouldn't it, if he did. But either way, it's a fight I am interested in. So if a Joe Joyce who turns up who fought Daniel Dubois and a Joseph Parker turns up who fought Chisora in the rematch, and of course the older Joseph Parker, the aggressive one, especially with Andy Lee in his corner now, I think this could actually be a very good fight. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. But again, this means a top heavyweight has now actually left Eddie Hearn and gone with Frank Warren with Joseph Parker. Should technically this fight be Joseph Parker versus Joe Joyce? Technically, maybe, because obviously Joseph Parker is former WBO World Heavyweight Champion. But again, Joe Joyce is the WBO mandatory. So that was ultimately the position that they're going to be fighting for. Would the Commonwealth be on the line? Maybe. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this fight. You drop me yours, click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.